Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, busy man shit, nigga. They turn their head over, nigga.
Okay, where Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no hoe lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, oh they lies, this hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gonna get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening. Is in fact the fear. If revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jacob. So I walk, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't be do baby, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he saying something, I ain't hear. This shit light. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Bring shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite their hand and feet, so you'll never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. A certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow side, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get it, boy, lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
Hey, I'm just following orders. Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on,
They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it cautious. As if they make the wrong move it cautious. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to vote. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army. Going up like a rocket, can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like, damn, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, keep on stopping, got this bitch off the hand. Got the juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it cautious. As if they make the wrong move it cautious. Hey. One way, one way, one way, one way, one way. Coming up on my double.
I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settling? See, you locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's one West. You can check the residency. I reside with
like a legend in this shit. Lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third, lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all steppin', kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS, a mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a cod. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they boss shit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it cost shit. See me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. I'm on my way. Coming up, I'm about to boss shit.
Get down here to class, 1232 North King Street, Wilmington, Delaware.
Shalom, Lord Christ, to my brothers and sisters, man. Y'all need to come down to 1232 North King Street, where the truth resides, man. Isupk, Delaware. We definitely representing doing some big things.
202 North DuPont Boulevard in Smyrna, Delaware.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Come and be a part of this rising thing that we got going on here in Delaware.
I hear everybody claiming that they love the Lord and love God and all that. Well, get in here and show it. You know what I mean? The scriptures say faith without works is dead. So if you ain't doing nothing, your faith is dead. So get up and do something. What you need to do is get your ass up and get in the class. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing else. You're sitting home wasting time. Everything is going on around you, and you don't know how to compartmentalize these things. You understand? I'm on my way to class right now, like you should be. You know what I'm saying? Class don't stop for nothing.
all that time. Salaki. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah. Yahweh Shema Al-Tham Hashem Yahweh Shai. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge out of Harlem, New York, since 1969 under commanding General Yohana. And we have been called to teach the so-called Black, so-called Hispanic, and so-called Native American people that we are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. All right. Tonight's class is about the lynching. That's what it is. It's a lynching. It's a lynching of Kyrie Irving and Ye. Now, Ye was the one that was lynched first. And as I was saying when I was muted, we couldn't hear, is that you have several sides of this story. If you talk about it a lot, like I've been talking about it a lot with my consumers, people that come into my business, right? And by talking to them, I find that it's three sides. It's a side of people that really don't care. And then you got the side of the people that said that, hey, you know, Ye is not being a good employee, or Kyrie Irving is not being a good employee because he works for the NBA. But let me say this to y'all. Check this out. All right. So Kyrie Irving goes to work. He goes to an arena. And when he goes to that arena, he sees the sponsors. So he's going to the plantation and he's seeing the friends of the sponsors, which is the friends of the plantation owner. And one of them say Amazon, right? One of the sponsors say Amazon, and Kyrie Irving sees that sponsor and goes on that sponsor's platform, right? Because it's Amazon. It's been on Amazon since 2018. How was anybody to know that it was so evil and wicked? If it was on the platform of the friends of the plantation owner, the sponsors. And look, give me Zechariah 11:5. Look, you're not going to even hear anything about Amazon. Like, Amazon should be apologizing. They should be being suspended, right? And they should do a public apology. And they need to take classes. We're going to look at that. We're going to look at what Kyrie Irving got to do before he go back to work. Hey, listen, that brother need to just go ahead and retire, because they pretty much want him to. We're going to go over it. We're going to go over it. Go ahead, give it to me. What you got?
The book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5.
Salakia, real quick. And one more thing. We want to thank the Most High Power through Yahweh Shai Mashiach about giving Kyrie Irving and Ye the courage to say what they said and what they did. Because what they did was they woke up the nation. They woke up a nation. When we was out on the corners, I mean, look, everybody should be out there. If you in this school, if you in this school right here in Delaware or wherever you at, anywhere in the country, and you in the ISUBK, you need to be out there because it has changed. It was a big difference. Once Kanye West, Ye, Salakia, and Michael and Kyrie Irving made these statements, everybody now is coming out. We get people coming up, taking flyers, taking information, asking information, stopping and talking. We don't get that much resistance. Well, we didn't get that much resistance at all, like we usually get. So the Lord is actually working, and the Lord is actually doing what the Lord said he was going to do. He's going to make sure that everyone know that we are the sons of the living God. What you got? Let's get it.
Not one con, sir. The book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5.
Read.
Whose possessors slay them?
Whose what?
Whose possessors slay them?
Whose possessors slay them? Well, who are our possessors? Who is Kyrie Irving and Ye's possessors? It doesn't matter how much money you got. You know what people always say, well, I ain't no slave. Well, here's an example to show you. You a slave. Read.
Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
Don't they do that? Don't they do that? They persecute us. That's what's going on with Kyrie Irving right now. You ain't heard nothing about Amazon. Yeah, we talk about it. Somebody bring it up from time to time. But you know what I did yesterday? I went on Amazon and you can still purchase the book. He got a new cover and everything. He done upgraded. More than upgraded. Read it again.
Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
Read.
And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord.
Blessed be the Lord.
For I am rich.
What?
For I am rich.
Read.
And their own shepherds pity them not.
Now, read.
For I will no more pity the inhabitants of the land, saith the Lord. But lo, I will deliver the men, every one into his neighbor's hand, and into the hand of his king. And they shall smite the land, and out of their hand I will not deliver them.
That's what we do. We allow them to hold themselves not guilty. When right now, this is a time when we can hold them guilty. We can unify right now. Everybody right now need to be coming to where they got this information from. That's one West. It's only one way. And that's where they need to be. That's where they need to be coming right now. All right. So look, what I'm about to do is I'm about to play a video of, now what we're going to do is we're going to break down Kyrie's interview because he apologized and everything. But before he do that, right, I want to play a video of Charles White when he was talking about this lynching. This is heavy right here. This is real heavy. Hold on. All right, let me blow that up. Give me a sec. Blow him up. All right, now let's check it out. Here we go.
Come over here on your own app and start your own thing.
You know that's what I'm building, right?
So now we got Yee, a billionaire who we watched come up out of Chicago. Not only that, the only who I've ever seen advocate for Larry Hoover to be free.
That's true.
The only entertainer I ever seen advocate for Larry Hoover to be free. Lil Durk ain't done it. So here go Yee. He stand up. We all saying, yeah, he right. But boy, when they grab that baddest, that's always been a tactic. You take the baddest, bring him out in front of all the slaves, and you tie him up and you whoop him, 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 and you keep whooping him in front of all these slaves. This y'all baddest one, y'all richest one. He gonna stand up to us, and we all sit there and watch. Don't nobody join in. No celebrity, no entertainer. Jay-Z punk ass turned on him. They whooping him. They putting them lashes on his back. Then he find out, Toby, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. They still whooping him. I'm sorry. They still whooping him. And he still saying, I'm sorry. They won't stop whooping him. And we ain't said that's enough. We ain't stood up and said, fuck y'all. That's enough. We ain't playing no more basketball. We ain't doing nothing no more.
That's heavy right there, right? Like that's what just happened. Everybody watch. Listen, don't get it twisted. I guarantee you, you're not the only one that talk about us being Israelites. I know he's not the only one, not only behind the scenes talking about it, and they just watched why he just got lynched. Nobody did nothing. So what I'm saying is, here in the School of Universal Practical Knowledge, what we do is we believe in something called unity. We believe in something called brotherhood. We believe that we have to come together as a nation. We have to gather ourselves together as one man, right? That's what we have to do. And unfortunately, we're not doing that. Now, yet Kyrie Irving, he did do an apology. I thought it was good enough to be an apology, but I guess Esau didn't think it was good enough. Now I wanna relate something real quick before I go into the next part of this. I want to relate something to today. A lot of people don't know, right? When Paul was in his ministry and he was sending letters to Rome, why didn't he say the Most High hate the Romans? Anybody know why? But like you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about in Romans 9. Why didn't he say the Rome? Why didn't he just come out and talk about the Romans? Go ahead.
Because he had to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove.
That's very, very important. Go to that too. That's Romans. Now, this is very important to understand the stage and the platform on where we coming from. We have to understand that we are slaves still. Ain't nobody free. Ain't nobody free. No one's free. All right. Paul had to speak from that perspective, right? Now before you know, it's me, right? You know it. Now, Salakia, before we do that, I want you to go to Acts chapter 22 and verse, we're gonna start at verse 25, 22 and 25. Now, what I'm getting ready to show you is, right, the state and the condition of Israel during the time of Paul's ministry. They were slaves. They were in bondage in a sense because the Romans was over them. The Edomites was over them. Don't that sound real familiar? But listen, I'm gonna show you something. Read.
And that was 22 and
you can start at verse. What I say? You can start at verse, because I want them to really get an understanding on what's going on. You can just go ahead and start at verse 22. I mean, Salakia, 25. Now this is Paul, and he's actually being put in chains. All right. This is a common thing for Israelites to be put in this type of state, in this type of condition. But go ahead, read.
The book of Acts, chapter 22, verse 25. And as they bound him with thongs, Paul said unto the centurion that stood by.
So this is Paul, and Paul was being bound, right? He was being chained. Go ahead. He was being locked up. He was being arrested. Go ahead.
Is it lawful for you to scourge a man that is a Roman?
That is a what?
That is a Roman.
Now, Paul is saying he's a Roman. Well, why is he saying he's a Roman?
He has Roman citizenship.
He has Roman citizenship, just like we have American citizenship, right? Read.
A man that is a Roman and uncondemned.
Come on.
When the centurion heard that, he went and told the chief captain, saying.
So when he heard, when the centurion, a centurion is a military leader that's over what, 100 men? I think it's over 100, right? Right. So he heard what Paul said. It's like, yo, he's a Roman citizen, right? Just like if I was anywhere and I said I'm an American citizen, or anybody say they're an American citizen. American citizenship holds a special rank in the world. Well, Rome held a special rank in the world. Rome was the capital of the world during that time, right? So now he's saying that this man is a Roman, right? So he stopped because this man he has rights under that citizenship. Read.
He went and told the chief captain, saying, take heed what thou doest, for this man is a Roman. Then the chief captain came and said unto him, tell me, art thou a Roman? He said, yea.
So Paul said, yeah, I'm a Roman. I'm a Roman, man. You can't be just bound to me. No, watch this. Read.
And the chief captain answered, with a great sum obtained I this freedom.
Read it again.
With a great sum obtained I this freedom.
So after he heard Paul say, man, I'm a Roman citizen, right? He's like, oh, you a Roman citizen? Okay, well, listen, I paid a great amount of money for my freedom. That's what he's saying. I paid. So this is letting you know that they were in slavery, right? So I want you to understand the condition is no different than today. So when we go and we're gonna go to the book of Romans, Paul got to navigate just like I got to navigate right now. It's certain things I can't say. It's certain things that we can't say without them taking us off Facebook or YouTube, or it's going to be some consequences based on what I'm saying. There is no freedom of speech. So Paul and the Israelites at that time were in captivity. And you see, because this captain said, I paid a great sum for my freedom. All right. So now let's go to Rome. Now Romans 9. Now we're going to see how Paul had to talk. This is why Paul had to talk this way. All right. This is why he had to talk this way. Start at verse. What does verse 9 say?
Verse 9 starts with, for this is the word of promise.
This is the word of promise. Go ahead.
The book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 9. For this is the word of promise. At this time I will come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only.
Go up to verse 7.
Verse 7. Verse 7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham.
Now, why did he say neither because they are the seed of Abraham? He's clearly, Paul is clearly speaking, and he said, not because you a seed of Abraham are what? Read.
Are they all children? But in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
Now, the reason why he's saying this right there, he's saying, not just because you're Abraham's seed, meaning Abraham had how many children, how many sons? 8. He had 8. So none of those sons was the son of the promise except one, which was Isaac.
Right.
So he's being very specific right here. And he's eliminating anybody else that was there. Anybody else that was in Rome, Paul is eliminating them. If you was a Hamite, you being eliminated. If you anything besides the seed of Isaac, you was eliminated. Read it again.
Verse 7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children.
Come on.
But in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
Read.
That is, they which are the children of the flesh. These are not the children of God.
So he's crushing everybody besides the seed of Isaac right there. That's what he's doing. Now, the only people that really would truly understand that in detail are Israelites.
Right.
They're the only ones that's understanding exactly what Paul is saying. I'm saying I wasn't circumcised on the 8th day, but I am the seed of Isaac. Okay, go ahead.
But the children of the promise are counted for the seed.
That's Isaac, right? Read.
For this is the word of promise.
Come on.
At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac.
So now he's still staying on that line. Still, just one line. So he's eliminating everybody around. When we speak, that's what we're doing. When we out on the corners and we speaking and we're reading these scriptures and we say that whosoever shall believe, we're not talking about everybody. In context, it's only talking about the seed of Isaac. He's the seed of promise. And not only that, but read.
Verse 11, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil.
So he's really driving home what he's trying to say. All right. Now remember, Paul is in the same state and the condition that we're in right now. He's in the same state and the condition that Kyrie Irving is in and Ye is in. He's got a platform and he can speak, but you got to be wise as a serpent and harmful as a dove, right? That's how you got to move. You got to be smart. You got to learn how to move in a room full of vultures. You got to learn how to navigate. And this is what I was speaking about in the last class. If you just hear our information and then you jump out there, you're going to get tore up. But if you come in class and you learn, you'll know how to speak and what to say and what not to say. And this is what Paul was demonstrating right here. He didn't come out and say nothing about the Romans right here in this chapter. He's not talking about, but he's talking about them. He's talking about the so-called white man, but he can't say it. So he has to say it in our language that you may understand. All right, read.
Salakia, neither done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to the election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth.
Come on.
It was said unto her.
Now, this is what was said unto Rebekah. So Paul is, remember, he's writing an epistle. Esau can see this. He don't know he's not thinking about him. Esau, he's Esau. He's thinking about he's a Roman. So when he reading this letter, he's not saying, okay, well, he's talking about me. Some of them may know who he's talking about, but not all of them. This is how we got to navigate at this point. This is how we got to move. Read.
The elder shall serve the younger.
Come on.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
So right then and there, Paul is saying that the Most High hate the so-called white man. But he can't say, he's saying that the Most High hates the Romans. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. He's not talking about Roman citizens. He's talking about the people that actually profess themselves at that time to be Romans, which that would be King Herod, Agrippa, those people, Esau, the so-called white man. And he can't come out and say it. He has to be smart. So he says, read it again.
It was said unto the elder, Salakia. Okay. As it is written.
As it is written.
Jacob have I loved.
So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, I love. Go ahead.
But Esau have I hated.
But who?
Esau.
So the so-called white man or the Romans, I hated. Notice he said, but it's a choice that he made. It's a decision that he made that we got to respect. He says, before the kids did any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to the election might stand, not by works, but by him that calleth. And then he says, it was said to the woman, the elder shall serve the younger. And then he says, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. Then he says what?
What shall we say then?
Paul is saying that because that's what we'll say. When we're talking about what's going on today, and we'll tell them what's really going on behind the scenes about Kyrie Irving and Ye, because a lot of people really don't know. You have to tell them it's a war going on between us and them, and they got it. They're in the middle of it, and they just saw something and spoke it. They didn't come in and get trained so that they could understand how to move with this information. This is very powerful information. Right. So you got to know how to give it. You got to know how to deliver it. The Most High got to be with you. That spirit got to be all up on you, because there's only really one way. And if you're doing it any other way, you're going to get caught out there and you're going to get ate up and you're going to get tore up, right? So after he says, before the kids did any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High might stand, not by works, but by him that call it. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. What would you say then?
What shall we say then?
Go ahead.
Is there unrighteousness with God?
That's what any man would say. Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? Like, these kids never did anything. The so-called white man, they're saying he didn't do anything wrong. The scriptures are saying before he did any good or evil, before he came out the mother's womb, the Most High said, I hated him. Go back to that. Do it say I hate him or hate it?
As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Like in past tense. He wasn't even born yet. have I loved, Esau have I hated. What shall you say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid. Most High said, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. I will show compassion on whom I will show compassion. Because our people are weak by slavery. Our people have become soft. Salakia, we have become a bunch of house niggas. We have become a bunch of house Negroes. That's what we have become at this point. Like, we don't have no backbone, no fight in us. And then the same person that I'm talking to, and we talking about Kyrie Irving, and he'll say, man, we just don't come together. It's you, nigga, it's you. We together.
Right.
We boycotting. We doing what we got to do. And everybody should be on our side. Right now, the NBA should be seeing a drop in their numbers. That's what they should be seeing. Right now, we about to see, and let me tell y'all something. If somebody come and they tell y'all black folks don't stick together, ask them. During the time of Kyrie Irving and Ye, when all of that stuff happened, what was you doing? I guarantee you they was doing the same thing they doing right now. They just complaining. Right. You got to be smart on how you say what you say. And the only way to learn that is to come into the Isupk. You got to get in class. We are at war. Get in class. What else you got,
Verse 15. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
So he give an example. I have mercy. He said unto Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. This is why I'm going to stop it. Go ahead.
And Salakia, sir, you did quote this part already.
Oh, I'm sorry. Salakia. I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. I will show compassion on whom I will show compassion. So then it's not up to him that will it, nor up to him that run it, but up to him that showeth mercy. We on it? You quote it? My man's in them. And then he says, this is the heavy part. Read.
Verse 17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up.
So he's giving an example. This is very important. He's Paul right there. He's being wise as a serpent, but harmful as a dove, because he's not saying the Romans. He's saying Esau. Well, that comes from our history. We know who he's talking about, right? But then he goes and he says, what shall we say then? Salakia, even as Moses, and even he says, what it is about Moses as a script, as the scripture said unto Pharaoh, right? So he uses Pharaoh as an example because Pharaoh was raised all the way up high over all the people. And then the Most High came and crushed them. He's using that as an example to talk about the Romans, to talk about the so-called white man. This is the example that he's given. So when he says, for the scripture said unto Pharaoh, right? Read.
Even for the same purpose.
Even for the same purpose. Go ahead.
I have raised thee up.
Come on.
That I might shew my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
This is what is taking place. That it might be declared throughout all the earth. So he's being put in a position. He's being raised up as a star. Pharaoh is being raised up as a star. Paul is using that example to show you that the Romans, the so-called white man right now, he's being raised up as a star. So when you see him raised up, don't get weary. Don't faint. Stand strong, stand bold. Because Paul is giving you a clear understanding that just like Pharaoh was raised up, so is the so-called white man raised up. That the Most High might show his power throughout all the earth. Look, if you go and you crush someone that nobody knows about, that ain't gonna be a big deal.
Right.
But if you go and you crush the king and the one that's at the top of the mountain, and you put him there and you crushed him like this in an hour, he's done. One day, 1 hour, done. Now you're saying something. That's what the Most High is doing. That's what Paul is saying. That's what's happening right now. That's how we got to navigate. That's how Ye and Irving, that's how they need to navigate. That's how they need to be talking. But I noticed that Kyrie was trying to do that a little bit. That's why I said, we're going to go over his interview and we're going to break it down from an Israelite's perspective. All right? All right? We're going to break it down from an Israelite's perspective so you can see how we see it. Because how you see it doesn't mean anything at this point.
Yeah, right.
How we see it is what matters. Because with Kyrie Irving and Ye, by them speaking what they spoke, they got into a major fight that we are in between these people. Go ahead up.
So, Salaki, sir, if I may. The rest of the world don't know what they're actually seeing. They need us to explain to them what they're seeing.
They definitely do. They need to, because when you talk to them, they have no idea. I talk to them all the time. Go ahead.
If I could, I'm at my slavery, and one of my coworkers watches sports way more than I do, and he knows exactly what's going on in the sports world. But like Officer Mataziala brought out so heavy, they have no idea what's going on around them. And even when they know that something's a little off or a little wrong, they're still scared to openly speak about it in front of the oppressor.
Right.
As we're walking down the hallway, I'm asking them questions about the whole Kyrie Irving situation and the little hats. And as the oppressor is walking past, he's like, hold on 1 second. Another oppressor, female behind us. These is all female oppressors.
Right.
Hold on 1 second. I'm ready to say, what I need to say, but in a savvy manner that they don't understand, since we're at work and it's in a corporate world.
Right.
But the brother don't even want to utter a word while the oppressor is around.
And hey, listen, we just watched Charleston White talk about what they saw. Those was Negro that was standing around. Look, we on the run because we trying to make moves, but you got niggas standing around going wild, whippity and whippity and whippity and whippity and whippity. Like, I don't know. Listen, let me tell y'all something right now. Ain't nobody gonna do that to none of my brothers in this school. The Lord is with us. That's right. I want y'all to understand that the Lord is with us. All right? And you're not gonna get over on us. You're not gonna trick us. You're not none of that. Even when you think you're getting over on us, the Lord is right there. And He gonna reveal it. Right. He gonna reveal what needs to be revealed to open our eyes and don't get it misunderstood at all. All right. And you're right. They don't. And that's why I bring it out. Nobody really has a clue on what's going on. And I talk to everybody that comes in and they have no clue. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna help y'all tonight. We're going to help y'all tonight, all right? We're going to give a clear breakdown and understand this lynching, this killing, this oppression of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people. And they gave you a perfect example. Ye said it the best. He said, Adidas put their knee on my neck. Well, guess what, Ye? You the one that got on Drink Champ, whatever, talking about the cop knee wasn't on George Floyd's neck. Well, guess what? The Lord showed you spiritually. I'm gonna put this Salakia. I'm gonna put this thing on your neck in front of everybody. And in 2 weeks, I'm gonna break you. I'm gonna crumple you. I'm gonna bring you right down. Your B is gonna turn into a mid, an M. And after that, you keep it up, it's gonna turn into a 1, a thou. Ooh, you better watch it. Get into the school. But we're going to break this thing down, all right? We're going to break this down, and I want y'all to, we're going to be doing a lot of pausing, and I'm going to run some.
I'll take my responsibility.
Hold on.
For posting that. Some things that were questionable. Sorry.
Now, if you notice from the rip, what do he say from the rip? I take responsibility. Boom. End the interview. All right, go back to work. The brother said, that's what the brother said. Huh? The brother, look, I'm play it again.
The hurt trigger post policy. I'll take my responsibility for posting that. Some things that were questionable in there, untrue. Like I said, in the first time you guys asked me when I was sitting on that stage, I don't believe everything that everybody posts.
So listen. I ask Christians, what did he do wrong? They ain't gonna be able to tell you. They just gonna say he's bad. He's a bad Negro. He's a bad Negro, and Ye's a bad Negro. That's what they basically gonna say.
Come on.
Go ahead. Because you know we talk to them all day. They don't know nothing. Listen, Salaki, what I'm trying to explain to y'all right now, they don't know nothing that's going on. They're listening to everything Esau is saying. That's it. Like they were saying that in the movie, it says that the Holocaust never happened. It don't say that. Did you hear that?
Nah, sir. It's Salaki, sir, if I may. Like, I was having the discussion with my brother yesterday because I was at my mom's house. And according to him, like, he's saying, according to his perspective now, what Kyrie did was what he said was what Kyrie said is way worse than what Ye said. I'm like, but Kyrie didn't say anything. All he did was share a post. Like, and this is the influence that the media has over him. It's like Kyrie is saying everything that's contained within that movie.
Right.
Kyrie is saying it.
Right. Everything.
Everything.
It's crazy. Yo, you know, okay, look, I want y'all to look. Now, we're going to break this thing down. We're going to finish breaking it down because we're going to bring out a lot of things. But let me tell you something. Right? What Ye did when he came out, what we did last class, and he read the definition,
Right.
that was heavy because it's this is what they're saying. I want to show y'all. This is what they're saying. Let me ask y'all. What is this?
Oh.
No, it's not. And you better not say it.
Salaki, I will never say it.
You better. What is this?
Bless.
You say it again.
Salaki.
That's what they're saying.
Right.
They're saying if you say the truth, what you see, what you know for a fact, like they run everything.
That's a good skit. I got you.
I mean, they do. Listen, let me explain something to y'all so y'all know right now, right? I looked this up. You can look it up. Chase Bank, they started, their first transaction was a slave. Their first transaction was a slave. You got something you want to add? Yeah. You got to understand that. Listen, sooner or later, we got to fight, y'all. And what I mean by fight is you get into these classes, you get into these scriptures. Remember, our fight is not a physical fight. Give me that. We got to make sure that we drive that home because we don't want and see, this is training right here. This is going to school. This is sitting down with the generals. This is sitting down with the captains. This is sitting down with the officers. This is skills right here. All right. What's that? Galatians 6, right? This is skills right here. This is what you have to understand. This is not a physical fight.
Ephesians 6 and 12.
Right. We're not telling nobody to go out in the streets and fight, hurt, pull a trigger, cut, do anybody. We're saying get in these scriptures. That's what we're saying. We're saying get into these scriptures. You got it?
Salaki, one more moment, sir.
All right. It is vital. This is not a physical thing. We are a non-violence organization.
I got you. Book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 12.
Read.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
So our fight is not a physical fight. We ain't getting out there fighting Esau or fighting Moab or Moabites or Gog and Magog. We're not getting out there doing none of that. When war break out, I mean, like, what my dude say?
Right.
What my dude say? I gotta watch this thing. Oh, Salakia, one more thing. I'm gonna be talking about this on Wednesday class. Understand, trouble is coming. Trouble is coming. Fuel. We're gonna have a shortage in fuel. Diesel fuel and heating fuel. It's coming. So I'm gonna bring that out on Monday. So keep that in mind. All right? What you got?
But against principality.
Come on.
Against power.
Come on.
against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Well, who is that? We know who that is. Those are the people that say, what's this? What's this? What is this, right? Yo, we stripping him. We taking everything he owns, everything. Don't say that. Those are those people. Those are the people that are the rulers of the darkness of this world. They're telling you what to say and what not to say. And then they tell you got a freedom of speech, but there's consequences to it. That's not freedom of speech.
All right.
I don't got freedom to go and steal and rob and take. It's consequences. That's breaking the law. It's no freedom. No. Yeah, you can do it. It has consequences. Freedom of doing it meaning I do it and there's no consequences behind it because I have the freedom to do it. There's no freedom of speech. So the rulers of the darkness of this world, those that rule that, they can control that. They can look. What's real heavy is they're looking us right in our face and they're saying, what is this? No, Salakia, what's this? A cup. You know what? You son of a... Say it again. Yo, give me that back. Yo, don't say that. Don't. But you gotta understand the mentality on what we're saying. You know what? The water. Say it again. Say the truth again. That's what they doing. That's what they doing to my boy Kyrie. They
got the whip on.
Well, I want to hit it. I can't get it good right here. I can hit her, y'all, but I don't want to. Yeah, I tear myself up. But the point is, they're basically telling you can't tell the truth. You can't. You know what? Hold on, Salaki. You can't tell. Hold on. That's a scripture. I'm gonna find it before we finish. You got any more on that?
Against spiritual wickedness in high places.
All right, and that's what we're fighting against.
Right.
This is not a physical thing. So how do you combat this? Get in class. Get in class. All right. What did I tell you to go? All right, that's what I told you to go. All right, so let's play this Kanye. Let's finish playing this piece. So we see from the rip he apologized, right? Go ahead.
Documentary. So take my responsibility.
So he said he'd take his responsibility for the parts of the documentary that he didn't agree with. But he said it was some things that he did agree with. So what's bad about this so far? Nothing. Let's keep going.
Like Adam Silver wanted to hear the words I apologize, or in your mind you said I didn't cause any harm. Were you apologizing or not?
I didn't mean to cause any harm. I'm not the one that made the documentary.
That right there is vital. He said, listen, I didn't make the documentary. That's very important because the documentary is on Amazon platform.
Right.
Somebody else made it. So he's saying, listen, I disagree with some things I agree with. And they say, well, you got to apologize for it. He said, for what? I didn't make it. And he's right. What you got? Oh, you just, all right, let's keep going.
I think some of the criticism of the Jewish faith in the community, for sure. Some points made in there that were unfortunate.
Kyrie, are you surprised that you did hurt people? You don't like that?
Surprised that I did hurt people?
Are you surprised that the action, some of the things that you did, hurt people?
Yeah, I think I can ask a better question. It's just.
Now, why did he say that? Did you hear that part? Okay, they asked him. I'm gonna play it again.
Yeah, I think I can ask a better question.
Hold on.
Where were you when I was a kid?
Did hurt people.
Now listen.
Yeah, I think I can ask a better question.
Let me put a little bit more.
Some of the things that you hurt people?
Yeah, I think I can ask a better question. It's just
So he's saying, he asked him, he says, do you recognize and understand that what you post hurt people? So Kyrie said, well, I think I can ask a better question. So he, right then and there is when the oppressor probably got tight right there, because Kyrie is taking control over the interview. Right. He said, listen, man, I think I can ask a better question. Let me ask a better question. Listen.
Where were you when I was a kid?
Where was you at when I was a kid?
That 300 million of my ancestors.
Where was you at when I was a kid figuring out 300 million of my ancestors, right?
Are buried in America.
Are buried in America.
Where were you guys asking those same questions when I was a kid learning about the traumatic events of my familial history?
What he's doing, I believe Kyrie Irving at that point, he doesn't understand that he brought a lot of attention to it, but what he's doing right now, he hasn't done anything wrong. He just said, listen, man, I got a better question. You're talking about hurting them. What about where was you at when I was 13 years old, understanding and figuring out that over 300 million of my people are walking, I'm walking on their graves right now. That's what he basically is saying. What about my hurt? Yeah, what about that? What about that question? Because guess what? They're not going to come and talk about that. They don't care about our pain. They don't care about our suffering. They don't care about any of that because of Isaiah, give it that Zechariah 11:5. They don't care about none of that. They don't care about none of that when they talking. They interviewing him, they driving it home. Listen, they're trying to get him to say, listen, say you're sorry for hurting me, hurting my feelings. Everything about Christianity in America is about your feelings. So listen to what, this is the reason why they was driving that home. And this is the reason why Kyrie Irving, he took control of that and said, I got a better question. And that question, we're going to answer it right now. Read.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
That's why they hold themselves not guilty. So they don't want to talk about the 300 million of his ancestors that they're walking on their grave. They don't want to talk about that because they have to do what? Read it again.
Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
That's why. They have to hold themselves not guilty. And in order to hold themselves not guilty, there's certain things that we can't say and speak on. Because if you say and speak on these things, we're going to have to talk about it. I'm going to tell you something. I think Kyrie Irving needs to retire and then sue and then fight it and go in court and show that anti-Semitic can't be isolated to just one group of people, one nation of people. That's what they're doing, right? So let's keep going, break this thing down.
And what I'm proud to come from, and why I'm proud to stand here, and why when I repeat that I'm not going to stand down, it has nothing to do with singing race or people. I'm just proud of my heritage and what we've been through, and the fact that this is pinning against the Jewish community, and I'm here answering questions of whether or not I'm sorry or not on something I didn't create. And it was something I shared. And I'm telling everybody I'm taking responsibility.
Understand. Listen, talk to the Christians. They don't really know what he shared. The Christians are shocked when I tell them he only shared. Let me get that book. He only shared a screenshot. Right? Hebrews and Negroes. He only shared a screenshot of Hebrews and Negroes. Look, please, Bubba Kashar, listen to what I'm saying. When you talk to them, ask them, what does this mean? What does Hebrew mean? What does Hebrew mean?
It's a language.
It's a language. That's all he posts. He never said anything. So he said, I'm taking full responsibility for all of that. This is an excellent interview. And it's tasteful for apology. But they don't want that. They don't want that. Oh, wait till y'all see what they want.
That's where I sit. So, these same questions that you guys ask, me dealing with it as being a melanated, pigmented person all around the world and dealing with racial biases against my skin color, demeaning me because of my religious beliefs, and I'm still sitting in the seat standing.
Yo, let me ask y'all a question. What happened to freedom of speech? That they don't do that no more? No. Listen, let me tell y'all something. You don't have free. Give me John 8:44. You don't have freedom of speech. You don't have freedom of religion. You don't have nothing. You don't have nothing. You don't have nothing. You're a slave. And right now they're showing you that you are a slave. Hey, yo, do me a favor while we waiting on that. Pull up the conditions on what they want Kyrie Irving to do. We're going to break them things down. You got that John 8:44?
John 8:44.
This is the issue and this is the problem. And I hear this all the time. I talk to my people all the time and they say, I'm not a slave. I never was a slave. Motherfucker, you a slave, man. Salakia. You a slave. And they showing you. They took the richest one out of us, and they whipped him and whipped him and whipped him and whipped him. And you know what y'all did? Watch. We're the only ones that's doing something about it. No, we can't attack. We attack with them scriptures. We cut them to the core with them scriptures. We go out and camp. We get on them highways and them byways, and we going out, and then we inviting our people to the marriage. We inviting them to the party. That's what we doing. That's what we are required to do, and that's what we're doing. What you got?
The book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. Mm-hmm. Ye are of your father, the devil.
Now, why is he saying that? He's saying that because he's talking to like who you talk to all the time, and they going against following the Most High's law, statutes, and the commandments, and following Yahweh Shah Mashiach. A lot of Christians, they have a zeal for the Most High power and call themselves following Yahweh Shah Mashiach, but they don't have a zeal to follow them laws, them statutes, and those commandments. And that's what Yahweh Shah was telling them. In John 8, he was telling them, you got to accept me, the truth, the way, and the life. No man get unto the Father but by me. And then they said, what?
And the lusts of your father ye will do.
And the lust of your father is the devil. And the lust, the wantingness of your father, the lust of your father, you will do. Read.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
He was what?
A murderer from the beginning.
He was a killer from the beginning, just like you. When you don't have brotherhood, when you don't have unity, you're a killer. Just like your father, the devil, from the beginning, how he came and he took Cain. He influenced Cain to do what he did. And what did he do? He murdered his brother. He's a murderer from the beginning. What else you got?
And abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him.
There's no truth in him. Anything else on that?
Con out of one con, sir. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it.
And that's what you are. If you're not on this side, you with your daddy. You with your father, the one that's a liar and a killer from the beginning. That's why you have to understand that what our people need to do is one thing Kyrie Irving said that was real, real heavy. Now, as a 30-year-old man, he understands why they said, if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book. He said that. Let's keep going.
So
yeah, just hold it.
I take my full responsibility. Again, I'll repeat it for posting something on my Instagram or Twitter.
Oh, Salaki.
That may have had some.
Wait. You're not posting it. You say you're going to go through it. Yeah, I'm going to go through it, but not right now. Let me pull that back up. That Kyrie Irving piece. There we go. All right, I want them to hear this. We're gonna break this thing down because a lot of people just don't know what the hell is going on. They don't know that Kyrie Irving and Ye got in the middle of a battle and a fight, a spiritual battle, not between flesh and blood, but in spirits and principalities in high places. Listen, man, we working. We putting in that work. We handling our business. Ye and Irving, they got a whiff for that. And they got in it, and we needed that. We needed that boost. All right, let's keep going.
For posting something on my Instagram or Twitter that may have had some.
Let me back up a little bit.
So I take my full responsibility. Again, I'll repeat it, for posting something on my Instagram or Twitter that may have had some unfortunate falsehoods in it. But I also am a human being that's 30 years old, and I've been growing up in a country that's told me that I wasn't worth anything. And
listen, give me Romans 9 and 24. Listen to what he said. Let me play that again.
But I also am a human being that's 30 years old, and I've been growing up in a country that's told me that I wasn't worth anything. And I came from
Notice, he said, I'm in a country where they said I'm not worth anything. What you got on that Roman? Let me hear it first.
That would be even us whom he hath called not of the Jews only.
Right, go down to verse 26.
Verse 26, and it shall come to pass.
Now listen, let me play it again. One more time.
or Twitter that may have had some unfortunate falsehoods in it. But I also am a human being that's 30 years old, and I've been growing up in a country that's told me that I wasn't worth anything.
What did he say? I'm in a country that say I'm not worth anything. Now watch this. Read.
The book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 26.
Come on.
And it shall come to pass.
So he's saying it shall come to pass. Read.
That in the place where it was said unto them.
Now, Kyrie just made it clear. I have been told something in this place. Read.
Ye are not my people.
You are not my people.
There shall they be called the children of the living God.
So Kyrie said, I am in a place where they have said, I am nothing. And you know what he's saying in there and confessing? Read that last part again.
There shall they be called the children of the living God.
That's what Kyrie is doing. He just said it. He's fulfilling that scripture. He's saying, listen, I'm in a place where they are said that I am nothing. But in this place, I'm standing here boldly and I'm saying that I am a son and the chosen of the true living God. That's what he's saying. Let's keep on going.
Right.
And I came from a slave class. And I come from the people that are meant to be treated the way we get treated every day. So I'm not here to compare anyone's atrocities or tragic events that their families have dealt with.
Notice how he brought it back. Notice how he brought it back. He said, listen, man, I'm not here to compare anybody's, what is the word he used? Atrocities. I'm not here to compare that. So he brought it back down. This brother, you could tell he's educated in Esau's education system.
With generations of time, I'm just here to continue to expose things that our world continues to put in darkness. I'm a light. I'm a beacon of light. That's what I'm here to do. You guys ask me questions about basketball, I give you my expert opinion. You guys ask me about other things, I give you my opinion.
Notice what he said. When you ask me about basketball, did you hear what he said? He said, when you ask me about basketball, I give you my expert opinion. You ask me about religion, man, I give you my opinion. It's not my expert opinion. Now, basketball, I'm an expert. But religious, man, I can only give y'all my opinion. Like, he's crushing them. He's sunning them. All right. He's sunning them. This is why they were so mad. I don't know if y'all know, but Kyrie Irving didn't show up to the ADL meeting.
Good.
And he didn't give no bread. They saying that the Brooklyn Nets was giving that up. They said initially the Brooklyn Nets wasn't doing nothing about this. Man, whatever. Remember, this boy is a Russian. The owner is a Russian. So he wasn't initially doing anything. They put pressure on him, like they put the pressure on Adidas. Remember, Adidas is German.
Right.
But they put the pressure. Look, y'all, none of y'all products gonna get out. Import, export, cut it. Remember, they have the power of the dragon. All right? So this is an excellent interview. We'll keep reading some more.
It's met with whatever you believe the perception or the deception is. You guys investigate my life every day. And you justify it by serving your own purpose, which I honor. I would like the same respect in return. Figuring out just like anyone else. So please keep that same energy when we're talking about anti-other things. Because just because I post a document doesn't mean I'm anti-Semitic. And doesn't mean I'm automatically standing with everyone that is believing in it.
Like that is so heavy right there, what he said. Like that interview, he did an excellent interview. That was a good interview. What you got? You want to add anything on that?
He said it all.
Like I and a lot of Christians really don't know. They don't know that nothing about this interview. They just know that he said something and Esau is against it. And if you listen, that's all they really saying, right? Hold on. What you got? You got that? Anything on that? What's that? What was that? Can you give me the list of conditions that he has to do? Now we're gonna go through the list of conditions that he has to do in order to come back to work. Because we are free, right? Aren't we free? We were set free off the plantation. But we're gonna look at some conditions on Mr. Irving going back to work. Now, me personally, I think he needs to retire. Kyrie Irving should retire and sue him. That's what he should do. He should retire and sue. Now let's go through them. All right. Let's take a look. All right. So the first one, can you see it? Can you see Carl? Can you see it?
The live here. It'll be up in 1 second, sir.
All right. Now look. Let's go through the conditions of this free man that has freedom of speech and freedom of religion. And he exercised it, right? That's what he did. He exercised his freedom of speech and his freedom of religion. So let's see the first category. Let's see the condition. Go ahead, read it. Read the first condition.
Kind out of one con, sir. The first thing he has to do is apologize and condemn the movie.
All right, so listen. Did he do that? Did he do that?
I don't think he actually did that part, sir. Did he?
What, I'm asking. We just watched it. Did he apologize?
In a sense, he kind of did apologize.
Right, but he didn't condemn the movie. Why is it important for them to condemn the movie?
So it can almost be like he's shunning it and it doesn't have any validity.
Exactly. That's very important. Because remember, what we're saying is these people are converts. These people are converts. So half of that he did. But they said, yo, you got to condemn the movie. Why? Because the movie is actually, let me explain something to y'all while we go through this. Go ahead, Al.
Sir, I just found it, sir. The big reason, that's big. That's number one on the list.
Right.
The apology and / condemn the movie, because they know if they go on to give credence and what's the word, credibility to the movie, that more people will watch it. So if Kyrie was to come out and say, this movie, I'm gonna condemn this movie, ain't nothing in it good, and whatnot, then our people wouldn't watch it. But Kyrie originally said he shared this movie for our people and those that it affected and those that who it was pertaining to.
Right. And just to add to that, they got to stop the momentum right now. Remember, Ye had just came out. That was real big. Now you got Kyrie. They got in the room and they said, listen, we can't have niggas coming out saying this. Right. We got to put a stop to this right now. So now that Kyrie Irving said it, we're going to put a list together. And what we want them to do is we want them to apologize, but we also want them to condemn the movie. Condemn it. Make it evil and wicked. Talking about melanated people can be Israelites. So they want to condemn it. Go ahead.
The next thing he has to do is a $500,000 donation to anti-hate causes.
Now, what's heavy about that right there is they said that he had did that initially and they gave it back. Right. They're reporting that Kyrie didn't do that. The owner of the net did that. That's what they reported. All right. So they said, listen, we got to get some bread out of this. Got to get some bread. I understand. Go ahead.
The next thing is sensitivity training.
So now you got to go and get some training because you posted Hebrews the Negroes. That's crazy. That's crazy. You got to go get some sensitivity training. Go ahead.
Like as if he's a bloodthirsty cop that beat the brakes off some brother in the street or unloaded an entire clip. Now he needs sensitivity training.
Oh my goodness.
Salakia.
That's crazy right there. You got to go get some sensitivity training. Go ahead.
Next, anti-Semitic training.
So now they got to go and say, what's this? What's this at?
It's not a phone. Oh, never mind. It's not a phone.
That's the training he got to get. He got to get the train. What's this? That's a train. There you go. What is this? A train. There you go. What is this? A boat.
That's a boat.
Now you're talking. Hey, put the whip up. This boy didn't learn. Go ahead.
All right. Next, it says meet with ADL Jewish leaders.
So now you got to meet with the ADL. So now you got to meet with racist Jewish ADL. The ADL was started by, I remember they were saying who they were started by. It wasn't nobody good. It's not us. It's Esau. But you got to meet with them. So after you go through apologizing, condemning the movie, give up the bread, sensitive training, anti-Semitic training, then you got to meet with the ADL. And what else?
Last, meet with Joe Asai.
Oh, you missed one. Don't miss that one. After you meet with the ADL, what you got to do?
Oh, Salakia.
Oh, you know what? You need to go and stand outside for that. These people ain't playing. You got to meet. Who they got to go ahead? What's the next one?
Jewish leaders.
Hey. And that's the Brooklyn Jewish leader.
Oh, Salakia.
Come on, sit down and talk with us, right? Now, the last one, this is the one where they pull their pants down like they just took a dump. Right. They just took a dump. Right. It was no wiping, no wipes involved, nothing. Yeah, they put the pants down. And this last one, this one is a mug right here. I think this one is a real slap in the face. Right. Read the last one.
Meet with Josiah to demonstrate understanding.
Yeah, what is this?
I don't know what that is. Whatever you say it is.
You know what? This boy is trained. This boy is good. This boy is trained. What is this?
Is that a train?
You know what? This boy here. Hey, we can send him back to work now. Yo, sitting back to work. He understand this is a train. This is a drinking bottle. Right. This is a trash can. Right. Sitting back. He understands now. He with us. That's what they want from you. Damn right. They don't want you to tell what you see and what's the truth. And I think Kyrie did an excellent. You can take that down. I think Kyrie did an excellent job And you know what? Wednesday, I can't wait for Wednesday for the Brotherhood class, because we're going to show you how to defeat this now. We're going to show you how and what we teach on how to defeat the enemy. Not go out and Salakia and do as Ye and Kyrie Irving is saying. Not saying that they're doing something wrong, but it's another way that they could have did it if they would have came in class and understood that Commanding General Yohana under the ISUPK, that is the only way to understand and to learn the proper way to navigate through this battle and to fight with this fleshly, Salakia, with this spirit and not with the flesh. All right. So, any questions online up?
You ask it.
Hold on. Any questions in the room? All right, we're going to turn the class over to Priest and Officer Mataziala. Qual, get that camera.
Right. ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and share themselves with the world. The need transportation teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from heads. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in Hebrew, ma'ashera. That's 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest fund, it's free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory. It's whatever amount you like to donate. Upcoming holy convocations. We have the Feast of Dedication, December 17th, right here at 202 North DuPont Boulevard, Smyrna, Delaware. Come out. It's a high holy day. It is a day that we are to replenish and rejuvenate and get this temple rededicated, this school rededicated to the Most High, adding to the school. All right, so bring something out to add to the school, to donate to the school. All right, even if you're not in this school and you feel the urge to send something, our address again is 202 North DuPont Boulevard. Alms is always a good thing. All right, your alms are always good. Your alms are always welcome. And I'm not saying arms, I'm saying alms. ALMS. Salakia. All right. Let's see. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. With that being said, men of Israel, Elijah, which means stand. Men of Israel, Elijah Shabbat, Elijah, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah, Yazamatah, Sorry means turns to sisters. We're going to give sister a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Elijah Shabbat, Elijah, Barak, Yahweh Shema Adam Hashem Yahushua, Yazamatah. Class dismissed.
Excuse me. I got a question.
Somebody give me Romans 13 and 11.
I have a question.
It's a Ronald Carr, man. Give me Romans 13 and 11.
Khan, this is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Brother, you need a water?
Thank you.
We never,
They kill me. So they don't. So now they're saying that image right there is not a good image. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, motherfucker, y'all did it.
Which one was that? That make people look at the video more. Say, oh, we can't see this image.
Oh, they got feet hanging up in there? Those are Jewish men.
That was us. It was white men.
And they hanging us.
Yeah. Slavery.
I'm gonna take this out. I'll be right back.
During now. Rush.
Where I gotta get the bags from? Oh, it's still on?
We going in too.